Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefings for Sunday, May 21st. We continue to watch the smoke coming out of Canada and poor air quality. That will persist, but it will be improving, and we do have some wind coming our way tomorrow. Hopefully, that tries to get a lot of that out of here. Otherwise, today we have another round of showers and thunderstorms. There'll be some gusty winds and also probably some of these heavier showers and storms producing a brief period of heavy rain. Otherwise, another storm arriving tomorrow. We talked about the winds. Those will be pretty breezy for tomorrow. Another round of showers and thunderstorms coming through with that system. And honestly, the unsettled weather continues all the way through and into Memorial Day weekend and Memorial Day with the chance of showers and thunderstorms coming our direction. Satellite, you'll notice this morning we have clouds lifting to the north of west of us, then lifting east, and then eventually back towards the southeast. At the high pressure ridge that's over us is going to give way as the next area of low pressure moves inland. That system will split. Good southerly flow keeps us on the warm side with daily showers and thunderstorms. And for Memorial Day weekend, that splitting low actually weakens as a stronger low takes shape, develops, and then moves into the Pacific Northwest, heading into by the time we get to a week from now or so. And looking at our weather risk outlook, you'll notice we have showers and thunderstorms around. Maybe not so much in the Magic Valley and the South Hills, and maybe just a few up across the northern end of the Snake Plain. A lot of these showers and thunderstorms will be over the high country. There is a small risk of severe weather across the far western side of Limhi County, extending down to north of Stanley across the Frank Church for gusty winds and hail. Most of these storms will not be reaching severe limits, but there will be some storms that will likely have some gusty winds with it, along with that heavy rain. Our biggest threats for flooding continue across portions of the southeast highlands, up in the Wood River Valley area, and also up towards portions of the Lost River area as well. Not so much, at least for now, across the eastern highlands. Monday, we have the wind, we have the showers and thunderstorms, and you'll notice the showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast through the period. We've highlighted Tuesday across portions of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley and South Hills. There's a small risk of thunderstorms. Anything that moves into the Snake Plain, the lower elevations, could have some very heavy rainfall with that, but that's something we'll be keeping the eye on with the trends over the next few days. So, talking about where things end up for today across the area, there's really not much going on. There are some morning storms off towards the Oregon-Idaho border. As we go through the day, we'll eventually see those showers and thunderstorms over the high country. And like I said, anything that comes over the Snake Plain, it may just be outflow, but we've seen this recently where we have outflow boundaries moving across the Snake Plain, and we do get a few showers and thunderstorms to develop along that. Now, as we go into tonight, an organized but dying band of showers and thunderstorms moving into the central mountains. That'll maintain itself till a little bit after midnight. Then it starts to weaken and also shift to the north and to the east. And the general idea is we have multiple bands of showers and thunderstorms continuing across the area over the next 36 hours for here across central and eastern Idaho. So looking at rainfall amounts for today, they're fairly light. In most areas seeing under a tenth of an inch of precip across the region. And those chances, like I said, mainly in the high country, and we're not expecting anything significant except in some localized spots. This afternoon, temperatures well into the 80s for some folks, 70s up in the 50s and 60s up in the highest elevations. Otherwise, even the 70s down in the southeast corner and up across the Stanley Basin as well. For tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms. Most folks seeing under a tenth of an inch. There are some places that will see between a tenth and a quarter over the higher elevations. And again, if we get any heavy showers and thunderstorms elsewhere, that's where we could see some localized heavy rainfall. That's for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Also, there'll be those gusty winds. You'll notice the strongest gusts across the Arco Desert into the upper plain, into portions of the eastern highlands. There's some of those gusts reaching 35 to 40 miles an hour during the afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures tomorrow, they'll be backing down a little bit. We'll be running about 10 degrees cooler, about 5 to 10 degrees cooler in pretty much all of central and eastern Idaho. Going into Tuesday, you'll notice there's a little bit, just a small push upward of those temperatures. That continues into Wednesday and Thursday as well. Like I said, that's because that southerly flow is coming in with that split flow across the region. So again, it's going to be wet throughout the period. These warm temperatures, wet conditions, really not helping our flooding situation out at all. We continue to watch Antelope Creek up near Darlington, setting right at or just above minor flood stage for the period, and that trend will at least continue for a little bit. You'll see it wavering most likely in the next few days right around that minor flood stage level. The Blackfoot River above the reservoir there, we're starting to see it edge back down towards advisory levels, and that trend is expected to continue slowly in the coming days unless we get some heavier precipitation falling over that particular area. The Bear River along the Idaho-Wyoming border staying solidly in minor flood stage over the next several days. The Big Red River at Ketchum, with everything starting to rise up in the Wood River Valley, we're expected to stay pretty much right in minor flood stage. We might flirt with that line going from action to minor, low end of minor, but staying pretty much right there over the next several days. Of course, the Big Wood River at Hailey, we are seeing some fluctuations, but we're definitely going to stay in the moderate flood stage category in the days to come. The East Fork of the Big Wood there at Gimlet, it's starting to again daily push up into action stage, and that trend is expected to continue, and you'll see the trend also going up a little bit as well. The same with Trail Creek around the Ketchum area. We might actually get close to a minor flood stage here in the next 24 hours or so, but we'll have to watch the trends with that. But you can see it's rising and also finally up into action stage at this point. Warm Springs Creek near Ketchum, we're pushing into minor flood stage, and we'll have to watch the trends over the coming days. But with the warmer temperatures and any precipitation, that looks like kind of how the trend's going to go over the next few days. The Big Lost River up at Howell, we're pushing into action stage. We're expected to go to minor flood stage here over the next several days and stay there into next weekend at the least. Marsh Creek at McCammon, we're starting to kind of lose a little bit of the flooding potential. It's back down to around the low end of action, and we'll likely stay there, but we'll see the slow trend of it dropping below that over the next few days. The Portneuf at Pocatello, we're solidly at moderate flood stage. We do appear, unless we get a lot of precipitation in here in the next few days, the trend will be back down to minor flood stage as we head into the holiday weekend. That doesn't mean don't let your guard down. Still some flooding along the Portneuf as well. And the Portneuf at Tyhee also staying right in that action stage area as well. And at Topaz, we're going to stay in the minor flood stage category for the next several days. Continuing on with a few more rivers and gauges. And the Henry's Fork near Rexburg, we're right at that line between minor and action. It does look like we'll stay there over the next 24 to 48 hours and then slowly go back up into minor flood stage heading into next weekend. And the Teton River near St. Anthony, we're very, very slowly climbing, but we might be getting to action stage by the time we get to Memorial Day weekend. So once again, we do have the smoke and the poor air quality from that smoke here in central and eastern Idaho. Hopefully the winds with that system coming tomorrow at least temporarily give us some relief and push the smoke back to the north. We have showers and thunderstorms today, some gusty winds and brief heavy rain. There is a very small risk of a few strong to severe storms up around the Frank Terce, also the western side of Lemhi County. And then, honestly, showers and thunderstorms with this unsettled pattern that we're expecting continues all the way into Memorial Day weekend and Memorial Day itself. Have a great Sunday, and do stay safe out there, everyone.